Hello everybody and welcome back to another video. So in this video, I'm going to be going over what I expect Tesla will do because of their delivery numbers that were just released yesterday on Saturday. And I'm going to be going over what exactly those delivery numbers were and a few other little bits of news that came out recently. So without further ado, let's get right into it. So first of all, on the deliveries, Tesla this quarter, for the fourth quarter of 2020, delivered about 180,000 cars, a little bit more, but just about 180,000. And for the whole year 2020, they delivered about 500,000 vehicles, 499,550 to be exact. And I think these numbers are actually really, really good, even though some articles are saying, oh, they were 400 shy of Elon's target at the beginning of the year. There are a few things you have to realize about Elon and this year. One is that we had a global pandemic and the factories were shut down, which of course had a very significant impact on the end of the year deliveries. I mean, if we didn't have the shutdown, Tesla could have easily had over 500,000 deliveries. They could have had maybe 520, 530 perhaps, if we didn't have a shutdown. But, we had a shutdown, so Tesla wasn't able to deliver its max capacity. And another thing you have to realize is that sometimes you should take Elon's projections and his guidance that he gives with a grain of salt, because even though I love Tesla as a company, and I absolutely love Elon as a leader of the company, I mean, he's a very, very effective CEO in terms of driving the company to success, I do sometimes think that Elon is a little bit too ambitious with some of his targets, and many times in the past, Tesla hasn't been able to hit really any of his targets. So to me, it's a big surprise that we were actually able to do this year. So despite a global pandemic, we were able to pretty much hit Elon's targets, which are always very ambitious anyways. So I'm very, very happy with these results personally. So I think that realistically speaking, we should have more upside in the stock in the short term, just because these numbers were a beat against what analysts were expecting. Analysts were expecting between like 174 and 176,000 or so delivered vehicles for the quarter, and we hit over 180,000, which is a pretty decent beat over what the analysts were thinking. So one, we beat the analyst targets. Two, we even almost beat Elon's target, which is always, a little on the ambitious side, let's just say. And three, we have some other really great news, which I'm going to go over in a second. But there is still a chance that the stock is going to go down just because, analysts got to be analysts, the mainstream media got to be mainstream media, CNBS got to be CNBS, and they've got to trash talk Tesla. And speaking of CNBS, here we are. Tesla reports 499,550 vehicle deliveries for 2020, slightly missing target. Very nice, CNBS, very nice. As expected, trash talking Tesla as usual. If you guys don't know, CNBC, or as Solving the Money Problem likes to call them, CNBS, has pretty much been trash talking Tesla for, ever since they went IPO, if I'm going to be honest with you. They've been trash talking Tesla forever, pretty much, except for Kramer. He's like the only one on there that's like bullish Tesla. But anyways, I'm still saying that there is a pretty decent chance that, the stock could go down. But in my opinion, there's just too much bullish news for it to go down, logically speaking. But again, stock market doesn't necessarily move by logic. It moves by emotion. So we'll really have to see tomorrow in the pre-market where investors' heads are in terms of the stock. Are they buying? Are they selling? What are they doing? But anyways, this is a pretty interesting piece of news. Now, I do consider this news, even though this is a rumor, just because I do believe that it is actually relatively well supported, and I'm going to explain that in a second. But Tesla just started selling their China-made Model Ys, and supposedly They already got 100,000 orders for them within 10 hours, only 10 hours of releasing their new pricing on the cars. The cars are now $52,000 for the long range and $56,000 for the performance in China. And something that is certainly a strong argument towards this rumor being true is that Tesla had so much traffic on their website that it literally crashed the China website. So if they didn't have 100,000, they certainly had a lot. So nonetheless, I would say this is news. You know, their website crashed because they had so much traffic, and they potentially had 100,000 orders within 10 hours. All very good news. And another, in my opinion, very, very strong bit of news that supports this rumor is that even the mainstream media in China, the South China Morning Post, made a whole article about how the China-made Model Ys are getting a crap ton of demand. So to sum up all the bullish news that we have today, for the stock, we have a beat against analyst estimates for the deliveries. We have a rumor that Tesla surpassed 100,000 orders. We have the fact that their website literally crashed because they had so much traffic going into the website to buy Model Ys. And we even had one of the major Chinese mainstream medias make a whole article just talking about how high the demand is for these new Model Ys. So that's a lot of positive news, and honestly, if the stock doesn't go up, I'll be really, really surprised, but who knows? With the mainstream media and CNBS, they could push the stock down if they really, really wanted to. I really hope they don't, but, you know, who knows? Anyways, on to the charts. So, on the charts here, Tesla's been in this sort of channel, I guess you could call it, sort of bullish channel, kind of slowly going up for a little bit here now. Let me just move this real quick for you guys. It's been going up nicely, and recently it went all the way to the top of the channel and came down. But in my opinion, I'm not sure what's going to happen right at open, but I think we should be able to even break out of this channel and go higher potentially if things are looking very bullish tomorrow on Monday. So I believe we could see something like this, where we have a rally pretty much straight up to the 725. We could potentially find some resistance here, lag around there for a while, and then get through and go all the way to 750 and perhaps come down a bit. In my opinion, this is a pretty likely scenario that we rally straight at open all the way to 725 or 720 or something along those lines, find resistance right around 720, 725, come down. Then by the end of the day, or maybe by Tuesday, but, you know, soon enough, go all the way past the 725 resistance, which I think will be built, and go all the way perhaps to even 750, or maybe even higher if the stock is very bullish. Now, this is like my neutral scenario. The bullish scenario could push the stock much higher, but you know what, I'm not really going to include the bullish scenario for this analysis here, just because I feel like it's just not very likely that we have such a bullish scenario as what I believe could be our bullish scenario. So I'm going to include my neutral, which I just did. Relatively bearish one is that we go up to 725 and then come down all the way to the bottom of this channel. I'd say it's a somewhat bearish scenario, and in my opinion, the real kind of bearish scenario, real possibility is that investors take this deliveries kind of poorly and the stock comes down to either 673 and bounces off, which I think is pretty likely, or we go all the way down to like 600 or 650 or something along those lines. But personally, I don't see that being likely. I mean, there's just too much good news for the stock to have any cause to break under this channel. And in my opinion, it has significant cause to go above and beyond, like a SpaceX rocket ship. And yeah, I think that just about sums up what I wanted to say in this video. If you guys did enjoy, I would love it if you guys left a like and subscribed. That'd be really, really awesome. And I'm going to catch you guys next time. Peace.